What are you going to help yourself to?
You know, personally, as a warlock, I'm all about this Hood of the Exile.
Yeah, let's take a look at it. So you'll see when he was looking at Brother Vance there are, obviously we looked at the different tiers of rewards. They're based on wins on a single passage. Yeah, that is an awesome looking helmet.
Looks good on you.
Yes. Yeah, you should.
Look at the perks too.
I need it.
Take a look.
Show us those perks on that helm.
Grenade throw distance. Replenish super energy when you kill an enemy with a grenade. And reduces melee cooldown each time you pick up an orb of light. All things that are useful
Yeah.
in the Trials of Osiris.
Fabulous. What are you going to help yourself to, Triple Wreck?
You know what? This auto rifle here, you know, I haven't lost faith in auto rifles despite recent events. So this is a very pretty weapon, and I'm going to buy it.
Perhaps this is right.
So it's interesting to note your high watermark for the weekend on a single Trials passage is what allows you to buy those packages. So if you have 7 wins, if you have 8 wins on a single passage, you're going to be able to buy 8 wins and everything below.
You too.
Gotcha. So if you want to get to 9 wins,
I will do that as well.
and you fail to do so, you can re-enter the Trials of Osiris again and again and again
That's correct.
until
Yeah.
you reach your goal.
Yep. And if you have those passage coins because you've been doing the daily featured Crucible playlist or you've just been playing in Crucible in general, you know, buy those passage coins, buy those buffs, and go in to give yourself a slight advantage.
And that's the Crucible activity linked to the front of the director interface.
That's correct.
The main director interface. Go and help yourself to the featured Crucible activity. Get your passages. Go play this as many times as you want. It'll run from when? When does it start?
Starts Friday, and then it runs till the weekly reset.
Friday when? People get very specific about these
I believe
things.
it's 10 a.m.
Okay.
our time.
All the way up to 10 a.m. Pacific, yes. And then all the way up until the weekly reset.
The weekly reset, yes.
2 a.m. Pacific.
Yep.
Fabulous. All right, Greg, what did you help yourself to? You're the big winner today.
I bought the helmet that he was selling, the Helm of the Exile. Increases my melee attack speed, gives me some more super energy when I get grenade kills, and replenishes health when I pick up an orb when these guys are killing enemies for me. And then I went ahead and bought the auto rifle as well, because it's just so sweet. I need to have it.
And all the perks aside, it also serves as a warning that you kicked much ass in the Trials of Osiris.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the hope with this gear. So there's, Derek mentioned this earlier, there's 2 sets of Trials gear that drops. One that can be ascended to 34, and then the Trials gear that is the Egyptian theme stuff that we're seeing right now on screen.
Yeah.
That drops at 34. And so the only way to get the drop 34 Egyptian themed gear is to win, to get up to 5 wins on a single passage during that weekend. And that gear and the weapon rotates each weekend as well, just like the map does.
One point we have not made so far, if we can take a look at Triple Rex Hunter one more time. Because Triple Rex has equipped new gear, he is now a level 32. But power matters.
Power does matter.
Have we mentioned that today?
We have not. We haven't talked about that, but it is like the Iron Banner, where you want to bring your best stuff in.
Oh, now he's ready.
Yeah.
now you're good to go.
Yeah. So power is very important. Bring your best stuff in. If you can ascend, do it. If you can't, you can get Etheric Light, which is the thing that is required for you to ascend.
Yeah.
And you can get that by playing Trials of Osiris and Iron Banner.
Fantastic. So in summary, team-based combat. Build your own team.
Yep.
We'll matchmake you with opponents.
Correct.
Based on a good connection.
Yep.
Win matches to earn sweet loot.
Absolutely.
Revive your teammates.
Yep. Revive your teammates.
Power matters.
Power matters.
Unlimited heavy ammo at all times.
No.
No. 1 round of heavy ammo after one team has won 3 rounds.
Correct.
Fabulous. Okay.
The only other thing we didn't mention is
Yes.
that unlike standard Crucible, we don't keep matching you against the same team. We did that today because we're playing in a dev environment, so we wanted to keep matching with these players. But normally after the match ends, we break you up and then we find you new opponents.
Okay, so a different team, and you will always be fighting another team.
Correct.
3v3 pre-made teams, and you'll always be fighting another team every single round.
That's correct.
On the same map, different maps weekend over weekend.
Yes.
Okay. What maps are we going to see? Launch maps?
So
New maps?
we're starting with the Burning Shrine.
Okay.
Like Derek said, we wanted it to be something familiar. We have a big new wrapper there with the whole Trials experience, going to the Reef, Elimination, the new game mode. We wanted to keep one thing stable that people are familiar with already, so that's why we launch on the Burning Shrine.
Okay.
And then the next weekend, we're not talking about it yet.
We're not talking about that yet.
No.
All right.
We want it to be a surprise.
And surprise you we shall. Let's have a final round of applause for our game-winning team today. As well as special community guest Triple Rec. Thanks so much for joining us. What did you think? How does this feel to you?
Thank you for having me. This was quite an experience. Yeah, it was simultaneously kind of familiar because I'm used to playing lots of good players. We try to match each other, but it's a different format. It has a completely different feel to it, very intense.
Yeah.
I could see a lot of potential for playing this on a regular basis with my buddies.
Yeah.
And I really like that it's not for the hardcore exclusively, but it's going to reward you more based on your performance, which is something a lot of people have asked for, myself included. And at the end of the day, you're going to get some sweet gear if you perform well, and you're going to feel really great about it.
And a great way for a Crucible warrior like yourself to ascend to the top of the rank cap.
Of course, and
Yeah.
there's people out there who don't like to raid, and there's people out there who don't like to play PvP, but now there's kind of paths for those different types of players to get to the top, get to that end game. So that's very exciting.
We'll see an increased importance on the PvP Sherpa, perhaps.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
So can you think of 2 people in the Rec Nation that you're eager to put on your team for when this launches?
That is going to be a very interesting discussion.
Yes. That's what we call triage here at Bungie. Yeah.
Yes, it's going to be very, very interesting. But I like that it's not something that you can play every day.
Yeah.
But it is kind of like an event, but it's consistent, and you'll be able to go in with different groups, different friends, and I'm very excited to play it.
Well, we're excited to have you play it. Thank you so much for coming and giving it a spin with us.
Well, thank you, and thanks for carrying me, Tokon. Big place.
So before we sign off, also absolutely good games to Kevin Giannis, Greg Requa. You guys fought well, represented our team well. And thanks to our live studio audience. Also like to thank my co-hosts. We had Derek Carroll and Lars Bakken. I'm Deej from Bungie signing off and urging you to tune in next week. Professor Broman, you are sentenced to the prison of elders.
Let's go!
So we're going to go and show off that final endgame activity. This has been another House of Wolves reveal on Twitch. Thank you so much for watching. We're out.